Hey guys, Dr. Nicole Brantley here. Excited to be before you today with one of my younger clients, aka my son. Say hello to everyone.
Hey everyone.
So this is RJ. We're coming before you for a few reasons. RJ is going to be sharing his experience that he just went through with a colon cleanse that he decided to do. For reference, RJ is 10 years old. He is soon to be 11 in February. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I was just on here about a month ago, literally, sharing my experience with my colon cleanse, which was a deep colon cleanse that got to the mucoid plaque, right? And I shared a lot of things about my experience, and I just want RJ to be able to do the same with you guys, share his experience with going deep. Now, this is something that he wanted to do, and I welcomed it. We had 2 weeks of vacation, and we had the time. This is a 3-day cleanse. So I'm going to do some announcements really quick, invite people to the live that you think would be interested. Also, if you have your kid around, bring your kid to the live so that they can. All right. They were pausing due to reconnection issues. I feel like we've been a little hate already. We ain't even said nothing. So anyways, just a little housekeeping, a couple of announcements. I want to let you guys know that the upcoming cleanse that I talked about back in December is going to be happening starting January 20th, right? And we're going to be doing a couple of days of prep before we actually go into the cleanse, which will take place closer to the weekend so that people are home, they're doing their cleanse, they're resting, and all of the things. So this cleanse is actually up already on the website. The group is already created for people to be funneled into. That is where we're going to meet for the 2 weeks that we're together. We're starting with a colon cleanse, and then we're moving into a liver cleanse and flush. This is very important, right? We got a lot of people that are getting sick with whatever is being sprayed in the air or whatever, wherever these viruses or whatever is coming from. We have a lot of people getting sick. You need your liver functioning optimally. You need your colon to be clean, because if it's full of poop and old fecal matter, you have lots of waste leaching into other parts of your body. So quickly, I am Dr. Nicole Brantley. I'm affectionately known as the womb therapist. I help women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis. Quit. Sorry, that was a call coming through. Those who have trouble conceiving, take the option of hysterectomy and other surgeries off of the table and truly get to the root of your healing, right? Because a surgeon can cut out everything except for cause. I've been talking to people who are getting kidneys from other people. Fix your own kidneys. We do not need to take in another person's kidney that the body is not going to recognize, and then you have to take an anti-rejection medicine for that kidney to even be in your body. Like, the things that they're doing in Western medicine is wild. And we'll just stop there. All right. So again, I just wanted to announce that we are having our upcoming cleanse for 2 weeks. It's not a 2-week cleanse. The colon cleanse is for 3 days, and then the liver cleanse and flush is for 3 days. But we'll be together for a 2-week period of time because there's going to be some prep days. We'll get into the colon cleanse. We'll take a little break, and then we'll get into the liver cleanse, but we'll be together for 2 weeks. So first and foremost, I would like RJ to share his experience with this colon cleanse. So RJ, when you first started the colon cleanse, we had to decrease a little bit of what you were eating, how much food you were bringing in, what kinds of food you were bringing in, so that your stomach was prepared to not eat. Because on this cleanse, you guys, you really cannot consume any food, right? You're mostly fasting, and the kit contents of this colon cleanse, mucoid plaque removal cleanse, the packets are your meals. So share with us what your experience was like with all of that drinking. What did you think? Was it a lot?
Yeah, it was a lot. The first one that I took was the chocolate flavor, and it was kind of nasty, so I kind of gagged every time I had to take it, but I felt relieved when I finished it. Okay.
So in my experience, which was different from yours, when I did mine, I blended my two packets for breakfast, lunch, and dinner together, because that's what my instructions said. The newer instructions have you separating it. So RJ was able to consume 8 ounces out of 12 of each of his meals on his own. I drank the rest because we won't waste my money. We're on live. Give me a minute. give me a minute. So I consumed the rest. So I kind of got thrown into a detox like 3 weeks later. I was like, whatever, I'm going to welcome it. And I still saw some more mucoid plaque come out. So that was a good thing for me. So the first day was a lot for me too. I think it was a bit much. I was like, another drink? Everything is very scheduled, very regimented. You know, at 7:30, I woke him up. Come on, RJ, you got to drink your wheatgrass juice, right? Then we went into 10 o'clock. Oh, no, 8:30. 8:30, come on, let's take breakfast. So was it hard to get down for people that are wanting to know? Was it easy for you to get it down? I mean, that first drink, you did kind of gag a little bit, and that's kind of where I gauged where, like, this is the amount that will probably be good for you to drink. You didn't have to drink the whole thing, but would you say it was pretty easy to take down? Mm-hmm. Okay. And the taste, I wouldn't say it was nasty. It was nasty to you? It wasn't nasty to me. It didn't really have a taste. There was no flavor, but I wouldn't say it was nasty. So, okay, so if chocolate was nasty to you, do you feel like strawberry and then the oat flavor kind of got better with taste?
Yeah.
Okay, so glad you got the chocolate out of the way.
It's not like a sweet taste, but it's not. None of them have like
flavor. That's the word I would use.
None of them have flavor, but it's better than the chocolate one.
Okay. So, day 1, what did you experience with taking your kit contents? What did you see without getting too graphic?
I didn't see anything.
Yes, you did. You pooped.
No, I didn't. On
day 1, you did. What?
Day 2 and day 3.
You still went on day 1. It wasn't like we didn't get to the. Okay, go ahead. You remember better than me. Go ahead. So, what happened day 1 for you? You just took your stuff?
Yeah, I just took my stuff and then I got into bed and rested it for the whole day.
Okay.
So you're not supposed to get up and do all this stuff. You're supposed to be off of work and be in bed.
And resting, right? So on day 1, do you remember if you felt any rumbling?
Yeah, it was working.
Okay, so you felt like things were moving in there. So for reference, Rashid started his cleanse a week ago today. So he did Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of last week. And we did still see mucoid plaque that came out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because we followed the refeeding schedule where you cannot just get back into food. You can't just jump back into potatoes and french fries and eating fast food and going crazy. You have to ease in. So we had fruit, we had cucumbers, we had soup on our second day. So we did a slow refeeding process before we got back into eating solid cooked foods. All right, so day 1, a little rough, right? Because you were like, oh, this is a lot to drink. But day 2, was day 2 better? Like you knew what was to expect, you knew what was coming. Yeah. How was day 2 for you?
Day 2.
We just had some dental work done, so he over here, face is coming back to life. Go ahead.
So day 2, it wasn't that hard because I kind of got used to it. Because you take a lot in one day, so I kind of got used to it. Mm-hmm. And then I took my wheatgrass. I took my
your breakfast and lunch.
I took my breakfast and lunch, and then I think that was when I started to see stuff come out. So the poop was mixed with regular and the mucoid plaque. So
well, at first it was biofilm, and I'm going to tell people what biofilm was. When we got to the mucoid plaque, it was a little bit greener. That's how we knew we got to the mucoid plaque. So you had mostly biofilm on day 2. But so that's when you started to see stuff, and I think it was after your lunch. I don't think it was after breakfast that you started.
Yeah, after lunch.
Okay. Now
and went on.
Okay, and then your least favorite was the one that you put under your tongue, right?
Yeah, the bio cell.
Yeah, that was his least favorite, but that is the nourishing, regenerating of cells. Yes.
Oh, never mind. You already said it.
What?
You already said it.
What were you gonna say?
You just said it.
Yeah, that's the nourishing, regenerating of cells. It has your aminos, your trace minerals, your minerals. It has a passion fruit, tropical type flavor to me. So it wasn't nasty, but you do it twice a day. And it's like, oh my God. And the pack, like you're like, I got more to put under my tongue. So it dissolves and then you drink water with it. All right, RJ. So don't bring Bailey over here. Bailey, get down. Get down. We don't want Bailey in this video. So I want to talk about biofilm for just a second here. For those of you who don't know what it is, you're not going to come and disturb the video. So put him down, please. So biofilm contains different microorganisms that are held together by a layer of mucus. So you can probably Google biofilm and look to see what it looks like online. So it looks like poop, but you see a thin, translucent, clear type layer of mucus. And so what this is it's bacteria, it's fungi, it's mold, it's heavy metals, it's viruses, parasites. They use this glue-like substance, right? This film to stay protected and to avoid or escape, or what I say is that to go undetected in the immune system. All right. So you want to see that. You want to get rid of that. You know, you want to get rid of heavy metals and toxins and bacteria and viruses and fungus out of your body. So I loved that we saw that on day 2. I was like, we already getting to the good stuff, right? So it's like a protective blanket, if you will, a shield that the pathogens use to survive and thrive within your intestines. Okay. And then biofilm can contribute to leaky gut. So it could prevent in symptomology as things like a chronic infection, autoimmune disease, and even neurological issues. So that's what biofilm is. So we kind of saw biofilm for most of day 2. And you had 3 releases on day 2?
More than that. I had 3.
3.
I had a lot.
Yeah, and it was a lot. And I knew that a lot was going to come out because, I mean, he's 10 years old. We've never done we've detoxed, but we've never done a detox this deep. And we've done parasite cleanses in the past, but this was the deepest that it's gone. So for the people who are thinking like, ooh, is this painful? Did your stomach hurt? Were you nauseous? How did you feel? What would you say to them?
Nope, it doesn't have any side effects. It's not like Ozempic with all those other side effects. It's just...
Boy, not Ozempic. We are not talking about Ozempic on this live.
The point is that it has no side effects. Your stomach won't hurt, but you'll feel rumbling, which means it's working.
Yes, it's working, right. And when we say it's working, we mean that it's pulling the mucoid plaque, which I'm going to go into the definition of that, off of the colon wall. All right. So again, if you're just tuning in, this is my son and one of my youngest clients. He's not the youngest. What?
Go ahead. And I'm going to say something.
He's 10 years old. He decided that over his winter break, he wanted to do a deep colon mucoid plaque cleanse. And so that is what we did. And he's here to share his experience with that cleanse. So we've talked about day 1. We've talked about day 2. Let's talk about day 3. How did it go for you day 3?
Basically like day 2.
Mm-hmm.
But day 3 was the best day because you're like, okay, let me take this and then I'm done. So.
You knew that it was about to be over, right? Okay.
So I took all my drinks and it was like day 2. I pooped a lot.
But not at first. So let me because I remember this day.
It was mostly at night.
Yes.
I rested most of the day, and then at night it was like, ooh, my stomach, I need to go to the bathroom. So most of it happened at night. It kept constantly happening.
Correct. So day 3, I was like, have you gone yet? Like in the afternoon, and you were like, no. And he did get hungry a little bit on day 2. So you're not supposed to eat cooked food on this cleanse, right? So on the second day, which was Saturday, he did have a berry bowl. I did allow him to have berries. Did you have a banana? Just berries, right?
Yeah.
I think I had a banana.
Yeah. So I had raspberries, blackberries, and blueberries.
And strawberries.
And strawberries.
Yes. So that he had a berry bowl that day. And then we'll answer that question in just a second. And then he had a berry bowl on day 3 as well. Come on, sit back, get back in the camera. Day 3 as well, right? And you also had cucumber that day, right?
Yeah,
and cucumber is nothing but water. So I sliced some cucumber. I sprinkled some 21 seasoning salute and a little bit of Himalayan salt. Go ahead. And did it get to work?
Yes. And
when you had 3 releases in like 2 hours, right?
The thing is that when I ate those raspberries, when I used the bathroom and I looked at it, I saw all the raspberry seeds because raspberries are like fruits that flush out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we definitely know that things were getting clean because we saw seeds in the poop from earlier that day from a berry bowl. So, and the other thing that we've noticed even now is that when he eats something, 30 minutes to an hour, he's going to the bathroom. So for me, it also sped up bowel elimination time. And we want to see that. We want to eat and get rid of it. Now, some people experience that now, right? But what you're most likely experiencing is that your colon is so full of poop, there's no room for the new stuff to come in. So it has to push old stuff out. So that's the difference between if you're not detoxing and cleansing and you're having that effect versus when you do detox and cleanse and you have that effect. It's because the bowel elimination time of you getting rid of what you just ate has sped up. So for those of you who don't know what mucoid plaque is, I would like to share that with you really, really quickly. So go ahead. What is the mucoid plaque?
Okay. Mucoid plaque are layers.
And layers.
Mucoid plaque are layers and layers of mucus, bacteria, fungus, and
old
undigested
food debris. So years of old meat, old dairy, old starches, all of the things. I'm gonna finish the rest of that.
I read this.
It's my notes for me to read. So like he said, it's just layers and layers of old debris, old undigested food, bacteria, fungus, mucus, right? And it coats the lining of your intestinal walls, and it prevents absorption of your nutrients. So what we call that in my industry is malabsorption. You're not able to absorb and utilize what it is you're bringing in. So mucoid plaque is a sludge-like, thick, ropey, rubbery, dark in color. It could be anywhere from a dark green to almost black looking. And it's usually foul smelling. So very putrid. It's not loud at first, but if you were to leave it around, you could smell it. It smells like halitosis. What would you like to say? You can repeat it. What would you like to say?
So, like, if you're, like, whenever you talk to somebody and they have bad breath, you're like, oh, that's halitosis. Mm-hmm. That's basically from the mucoid plaque inside of them. You can smell it all the way down there. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That means it's pretty high up in their intestines if you can smell it coming out of their mouth. And that's exactly what it smells like. It does smell like what we would call halitosis, or when somebody has bad breath and it all has that same smell. It's their rotted, putrefied, undigested food matter that we can smell that's coming out of their mouth. So people who eat a lot of steak, a lot of meats, a lot of dairy, a lot of starches, and they're not pooping a lot, right? So anything else you want to say about day 3? You had about 3 or 4 releases within a 2-hour span after you ate those cucumbers. Mm-hmm. That's all water. And for me, I feel like it pushed it right out. Now tell people how you felt after those releases. Like, remember when you were looking in the mirror, you were like, my abs are coming out.
So, first of all, when it came out, I didn't feel tired at all. Mm-hmm. I was wide awake because, like, that's the stuff getting out of you is like pulling all the toxins out. So you're not tired. You could just run a mile. You
felt energized?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now on day 1, remember how you were like feeling really tired and you like fell asleep for a little while, and then when you woke up and you used the bathroom, you was like, I have energy. I feel pretty good. Mm-hmm. Remember that? So it was like things were working, and then you release toxins, and then you get like a burst of energy. So you felt good. So Divinely Rebelling said, which cleanse? We did a mucoid plaque cleanse that gets to the old fecal matter. It starts pulling stuff off your colon wall. It's a 3-day cleanse. I'm actually going to be walking a group of people through it, and we're going to follow it up with a liver cleanse. So that's coming up January 20th. Don't do that. Stop.
And
nobody else asked a question.
Yeah. Say the name.
MD Grice said what?
MD Grice said this would have been ideal for me during my holiday break. You do want to do it during your break because you don't want to do anything while you're doing the cleanse. You want to be resting.
Yes, it's actually recommended that you rest.
Yeah.
So when I take the people through it, they can either take Thursday and Friday off of work if they're not already off, or they can start on Friday, take Friday off of work and do Friday, Saturday, Sunday. If they have weekends off. So we're going to help people tailor it to their schedule so that it works for them. But we're going to get everybody prepared as far as making sure you're decreasing your amount of food that you're taking in over the first 3 or 4 days of the cleanse, so that when you start, your body is used to not taking in a bunch of food, because you're essentially fasting during this cleanse, and the actual cleanse is your meals and your snacks. So so what would you rate this mucoid plaque colon cleanse, Rashid? What would you give it?
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Tiffany said what?
Will you be able to work Monday if you do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yes, you will. You will. So this is the thing. Even when the cleanse is over and you're no longer taking in the products, you're going to see mucoid plaque for 3 to 4 days. So when you go back to work Monday, you just want to make sure you pack a lot of fruits, fruit juices, and smoothies, so that you have that to snack on throughout the day, because you can't consume food day 1 after the cleanse. Day 2, very similar. You're not supposed to really take in much. We did have a soup at night, and we didn't have any problems with that. It was a very simple soup. We had okra, we had zucchini, we had cherry tomatoes. It was in vegetable broth. I think we had spinach in it, chickpeas. We kept it very simple, and RJ about ate the whole pot in one night.
But make sure you not put in potatoes.
Correct.
The time you'll be able to put potatoes in the soup or just eat potatoes in general is around Thursday. I don't mean French fries though, just potatoes.
Not the Thursday, but you mean like day 3 to 5, like almost 5 days later, right?
I didn't even say that. Yeah.
Well, it was your Thursday for you, but yeah, day 3 to 5 is when you can start introducing slowly starches. But I've shared with him a story, and you guys, one of my mentors, who had somebody that detoxed, like we detoxed, and they brought potatoes in too fast. It locked up his bowels and he died. So we know not to bring potatoes in super fast. So that's why RJ is sharing that with you. But is there anything else about the cleanse that you want to share with the people? You said it's a 10 out of 10. You felt, and you still feel how? How do you feel?
Good.
You feel amazing?
Mm-hmm.
Feel energized?
Mm-hmm.
What advice would you give the people that are going to be doing this with me January 20th?
Can I say something mentally?
Sure.
No matter how sad or angry you get, do not try to go get food, because just don't watch mukbangs. Don't look at any type of food.
Oh, don't do what we did on day 3?
Yeah, just.
Why are you telling our business?
If somebody says they're gonna go get food, let them get it by yourself, because you don't want to smell it. It's gonna make you want to do it. It's temptation. So all I'm trying to say is just stay mentally prepared. Stay mentally prepared.
And you were mentally prepared because you were like, Ma, get my kit. I'm doing this over my break. And you were ready, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he hung out with a couple of friends prior to Christmas Day and then the day after, because he knew he was starting his cleanse on that Friday. And, he knew he was going to be home and resting. And we watched movies together. We just chilled out. We had to go to the store and run out a couple of times, but it was something that we ran out and came right back. But RJ mostly rested. Like I said, I kind of got thrown in because the amount that he couldn't finish, I finished the rest. And so I had to go into the cleanse with him. And I ate fruit pretty much every day because it wasn't enough to sustain me as far as feeling full and satiated. Like if I was to when I did it on my own and I took all of the product. But I still got results. I still saw mucoid plaque. Up until yesterday, I still saw mucoid plaque. So it's still working. It does its thing. It's an amazing product. It's very inexpensive. And if you join me for January 20th, you will get the links to purchase that and your liver cleanse. And like I said, we will be together for 2 weeks. Everybody needs to do this. Everybody needs to get that level of toxicity and biofilm and heavy metals and bacteria and mold and fungus out of their body. Yes, RJ.
And don't eat on day 1. I mean,
you didn't have anything.
It shouldn't get that hard on day 1. But the day I started eating was day 2 because I really got hungry.
Right, but you be clear on what you ate. It was all raw.
Yeah, it was all raw, no cooked, because it's just gonna mess you up.
Right.
So I had fruit on day 2.
Berries.
Fruit.
Yeah.
Berries. I had berries on day 2, and on day 3, that's when at the end of like day 2 and day 3, I had cucumbers, seasoned lightly though, not a bunch of salt and stuff.
Yeah, just herbs really, and then a little bit of pink Himalayan salt because it has minerals in it. And salt's not bad. Salt's not the problem, people. Salt's not why you have high blood pressure. That's another topic for another day.
And
so let me read Tiffany's question. Tiffany said, are there any contraindications from being able to do this health-wise for people? It's not. Like RJ said earlier, there's no side effects. What we're literally doing is removing toxicity from the colon, right? The side effect is health. Good health. That's the side effect. Energy, right? Getting your body to a healthier state. Those are the side effects.
And releasing.
And if you are on medications, you are able to still take your medications while doing this cleanse, right? So some people choose not to. Some people choose to stay on their medications, which I suggest if you're on medication, stay on your medications because it depends on what they're for. But you can do this and stay on your medications. And like I said, if I haven't heard of anybody being dizzy or being lightheaded or anything like that because the cleanse has everything you need, right? You don't really even need that fruit. And we did do fruit juice. We had pineapple ginger juice for our cleanse. And I welcome that because that's very hydrating. Coconut water, very hydrating. You are to still drink 3 to 5 liters of water in the midst of all of the drinking that you're doing because you have to add water to everything that you're doing throughout the day that's on your schedule of things to do. So you're very hydrated. You're in and out the bathroom. You're peeing like crazy. You're pooping, once things start to happen and take place. But I will say this because I don't want people to think like, am I going to be like running to the bathroom? Is it like a laxative? It's not that. But I will say this. I have a friend who is on the cleanse now. She started yesterday, and almost immediately after her second meal, she started releasing a lot of biofilm. She's like, girl, I thought you said I could work. I'm like, I thought you would be able to work, right? But she's one that took a lot of medications in the past, and she's been off of her meds for like 3 months, and her body started to clean up all that bacteria, fungus, mold, viruses, parasites, medicine, all of that stuff started to come out of her body in the form of biofilm. And she's like, it doesn't look like regular poop. It doesn't have a smell. It doesn't, I'm like, you're getting rid of waste and toxins. And so this morning before she even took her meal, she's like, all I did was the wheatgrass. I've already been to the bathroom twice. So everybody's body is different. So my thing is when you go through this with me, if you need to take the days off of work, take the days off, right? In my opinion, I think most people are able to work day 1 as long as you're able to step away at the times that you need to step away, make your drinks, drink them, rinse out your shaker cup or whatever it is that you're making your stuff in, and get back to work. So it's a must do in my book. And I just can't have a 10-year-old showing y'all up. And I'm talking to the adults because adults make excuses. Well, I don't know. And I don't know if I can put my chicken down for 3 days. And I don't know if I can do this or if I can do that. You can do anything in 3 days, right?
Mentally prepared.
You have to be mentally prepared. Tiffany says, I really need to do this. You know this, my doctor friend. Oh, I know, right? So, and then we're going into that liver cleanse. The liver is the least loved on organ. We are drinking wine, drinking liquor, bringing in smoking, drinking, other recreational drugs. Anytime we breathe a chemical, the liver has 3 minutes to get that up out of your bloodstream, right? So the liver works extremely hard, and we check that liver in earlier than it wants to be checked in. We're drinking coffee, in the morning, putting creamer in it. So adding fats. The liver really deals with your fats. So when you do this liver flush and cleanse, we're going to be getting to the good stuff. We're going to be getting rid of gallstones. We're going to be getting rid of, fatty, stagnant, sluggish stuff that's in your liver when you do this cleanse. So for 3 days, we're loosening up the stones. We're loosening up things that's going on in the liver. When we do that flush, the end of day 3, the next morning, you're going to be pooping out some stones. You're going to be getting rid of some stuff. And it didn't even take 8 hours for my sister, who I just walked through this same process. Her liver cleanse, within 4 hours, she was like, oh my God, it's working and I'm shaking and I have this. But she was dealing with a possible virus. Like her grandkids were sick. She wasn't feeling well. And I was like, I really think that it just kicked that virus up out of your body. And she said, once I got into that 3rd release, I felt so amazing once it was done. I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm better, right? So when she woke up the next day, she felt totally different than she did the day before. So we got to work with our body, people. We gotta clean these colons. This is something that we should be really doing quarterly, right? And then I do have something coming up in the spring with my favorite doctor, Dr. Ken Newbill. We're going to be bringing some things to you guys. And so stay tuned for that information. But I just wanted RJ to get on here, share his experience. I'm so proud of you. And I keep telling him, like, I'm so proud of him, right? I've been telling my other friend, Sade, that I'm like, Sade, I'm so proud. I can't keep fighting back the tears. Like, it's literally made me cry because as a 10-year-old, he could have spent his 2 weeks break from school doing anything, but he chose to cleanse his body. He chose to detox his colon and get to the real mucoid plaque and sacrifice eating foods and fun foods and, all kinds of things that he could have been doing over break because he has the time, right? So that's it. Unless RJ has something else. Is there anything else you want to say? We've covered the cleanse that's upcoming January 20th. That's already up on the website, ilovebeingfresh.com. Again, that's ilovebeingfresh.com. Go to the programs tab. Also, you can go right here on Instagram or in the description if you're watching from YouTube and click on the link tree and it'll bring you right to the cleanse. You just click on the link and it'll bring you right there. Grab your seat, grab your spot. The email is ready and waiting to be sent to you so that you can go ahead and order your kits. And so that way, when the 20th comes, you're ready and you're in place preparing to get this colon cleanse done. Let's start off 2025 to thrive, right? We're going to thrive in 2025. That's the motto for the year. So we got to start it off with a bang. And I'm starting towards the end because I know so many people were doing things for the first and they're starting their programs and their classes or whatever was going on. And I didn't want people to be distracted with that. So we can move into a little bit later in the month of January, but we got to get this done. You can do anything in 3 days. Okay. So 1 week we're doing the colon cleanse. We're going to take a couple days in between. And then the next week we're going into the liver cleanse. So for the liver cleanse on night 3, you want it to be a night before the day you have the next day off. So the next day, in case you're pooping and whatever, you want to be home for that day. So we're going to talk about that more in the group based on who's in there, what schedules are looking like, how we're going to set that up. Nothing is black and white. Nothing is in stone. Everything is very flexible. We're going to make this work for everybody that's there, right? So no worries. No worries at all. But yes, I just wanted to reiterate that January 20th is when we get started. RJ, do you have any? Tiffany says yes, very commendable, and she's proud of you, RJ. So
thank you.
Somebody else that's proud of you. So any last minute words for the people? Tell them start getting mentally prepared for the 20th.
So yeah, start getting mentally prepared for the 20th. If you're really that prepared, you could start taking down your diet to like. You could still eat and enjoy yourself, but don't go too crazy. So
don't go too crazy.
So maybe make it a habit for making smoothies or eating fruits for breakfast or throughout the day.
Smart move. That's what I do on a regular basis. Drinking their lemon water, keeping fruit for breakfast, smoothies for breakfast. And then I would say start having 1 meal a day leading up to that. And then that way the cleanse is going to be a breeze. You're not going to think about food. You're not going to think about chewing. You're not going to think about crunching. And I will say RJ is, he finished on Sunday. So this is day 5 for him. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And he has not asked for anything that has sugar. And I am proud of him because what do I call you?
Sugar crackhead.
A sugar crackhead, honey. He will be like, can I get a piece of candy? Can I get it? I'm like, no. So he has not asked for any sugar. And so this is going to help with getting rid of those parasites. Parasites love toxic waste. And they do love sugar. They actually tell you that that's what you like. Go get some ice cream. Go get a piece of candy. Go get this. Go get that. So yes, they are, we're getting rid of all of them. They're coming out in the wash, right? We didn't see any parasites. We didn't see any parasite eggs or anything like that, but we know that they live in that kind of matter, right? That's what diverticulosis and diverticulitis is, pockets full of trash, and that's where parasites and viruses and bacteria and pathogens tend to feast. We will be right with you. Okay. All right. Go do what you need to do. So that's all we have for you today. I'm looking forward to those of you who are joining me. I've already had several people who have reached out via DM. They're like, are you doing a January cleanse? I absolutely am. It's already on the website. Again, it's on ilovebeingfresh.com. That is ilovebeingfresh.com, just how it sounds. There's no crazy spelling. And you go to the programs tab and you will see the colon cleanse and liver flush program. Grab your seat. You will receive an email with links to buy and purchase your kits so that you are ready for January the 20th. I'm so excited to guide you on this journey. It is going to be one of the most amazing experiences of your life. Okay. It was amazing. I'm excited for the experience that I had with my 10-year-old son. Like, this is something that we'll never forget. Don't be like us on day 3, watching mukbangs. Like, oh my gosh, do you see that? Can you just imagine the smell? Oh my God. And we were like, I recorded Rashid because one of the days that he could eat, I went and got him a smoothie bowl. He was really wanting a smoothie bowl, and I kind of made him do a little mukbang. This is like a short little 1-minute clip. Maybe I'll post it if he gives me permission. But give him a little sample of how you was eating that, like how you sounded when you was eating that smoothie bowl. He was sounding just like those people that be eating all that chicken and dipping it in sauces and burgers and fries, and he had me cracking up. He was eating that smoothie bowl like it was something special, and it was delicious, not containing sugar. It was
no peanut butter.
It was full of fruit, so he thoroughly enjoyed that smoothie bowl. So I commend him for taking several days out of his winter break to go ahead and detox and cleanse his colon and get some energy. He's going to move into a liver cleanse. We have some plans for that. Yeah, we just didn't do it over the break. But he got his liver cleanse coming up because we know that that's the next thing that we need to target. So that one's super easy. He can be in school for 3 days. So I think we're going to do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Friday night, we're going to get to that flush. And then Saturday, you'll be home for that poop. So he'll be coming back. Tell them. I'll be coming back to tell you about my liver cleanse. Tell them. Don't be looking at the camera like that. So you all have the most amazing weekend. I got to get ready to take RJ to go meet his dad. He's going with his dad this weekend. And we hope that this was helpful. We hope that this was informative. And I hope that you will join me in just a couple of weeks for the cleanse for yourself, so you can have your own experience, your own testimonial, your own story to tell. And if you just tuning in, make sure you go back and watch to hear what biofilm is and what mucoid plaque is. And we look forward to you joining us in January. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye for now. All right, RJ.
Bye. I'll see you at my liver cleanse, I guess.
Yeah, you're gonna talk to them on your liver cleanse report. Be reporting back to them. All right, hit the X for me. All right, you guys, have the most amazing weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.